Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. We've got the Yamaha FG820L. L meaning left-handed. They do have a right-handed version as well. Just as a little heads up though, the right-handed version is $3.99 Canadian, okay? And you're looking at $549 Canadian for the left-handed version. So Yamaha is ripping us for basically about 150 bucks more just for a left-handed one, and we only get this as our color choice, where we get other color choices if we're a righty. But color doesn't make a guitar sound any better. Might look a little more attractive, but that's about it. So anyway, so I got this at Long & McQuaid a few weeks back. Been eyeballing it for a while because I need a new acoustic. Okay, now there's no pickup in this, but you can have one professionally installed, which I may eventually opt out to do. But from what I've been experiencing playing with the worship team in church, I don't need to plug this in, and we don't record our music services anyways for the worship time. So, but I have no problem getting over top of our acoustic drummer. I have no problem competing with the piano, which I sit right beside our piano player, and her piano's a little on the loud side, okay? But I still break past her, and when I'm on the alternate team that I'm on, because I'm on two, where we have our other worship leader who plays guitar as well, he is plugged in, I can still get past him. I actually tried sitting beside him on stage the other day at practice, and yeah, I was drowning him out. And yet he's playing on a pretty much a full-size guitar too, okay? And well, actually it is a full-size guitar. His has got a cutaway to it, but whatever. Anyways, so I moved back by the piano where I've been sitting there for months now, and still no problems. Everybody out there in the sanctuary can even hear me in the mix, and it's not a big deal. So the thing has got some pretty incredible output for an acoustic. I'm impressed. So I may or may not even bother with a pickup down the road. Hard to say. Depends on what I'm going to end up doing in the end. One of these days I would like to get another guitar that's got pickup already in it, but we're talking almost twice the money for what I'm after. So, but anyways, I thought 550 bucks was kind of like, well, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I got to look at the monthly payments, because this is Long McQuaid. You can do monthly payments. It saves you money, right? Especially if you don't have all that sitting in your bank account. And I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about it, and I kind of hemmed and hawed some more, and I'm kind of like, well, maybe something used will come on the system at one of the stores. They got like over 100 stores anyway. It wouldn't be the first time I brought something in from another store. Maybe they got something used. So anyway, I went in there a couple weeks ago. This is sitting on the rack, and I'm like, 400 bucks? Okay. Gave her a good look over. Not a mark on it. No wear on the frets. Said used on the tag, and I thought, well, it's been a while. Maybe somebody, bought it and brought it back, didn't take to it or whatever, right? Oh no, this is actually the one I was originally looking at for $550 was still on the wall up above, and this one is one that they brought in, and so I'm not going to tell you the story behind it, but let's just say one man's loss is another man's treasure in this case, or gain. So I ended up saving $150 in tax and not having to worry about the guitar at all. It's a brand spanking new guitar, I can tell you that. I don't know how many hours the guy tried as a lefty, but he thought he was. Apparently not. And so I got to benefit from it. I even got to peel the sticker off the pickguard because he hadn't even done that. But not a mark or a blemish anywhere on this thing. Now, if you want the full specs on this particular guitar, I'm just going to put the main general link from Long McQuaid in there from the Yamaha page that has all of the models of this on there for left and right-handed. This way it doesn't matter which way direction you play. It'll be there for you. You can look them over. And it doesn't even matter if you even live in Canada, okay? You'll get to know more about the specs of the guitar that way, and it saves us some video time. So let's get on with playing this thing for you so you can hear a good idea about what it sounds like, okay? So. So she's got some good thud to her. Very well balanced. You know, note for note, string for string, the EQing. Really nice. And yes, it is a solid spruce top, just so you're aware. And these are the original factory strings too, so they're brand new and alive, so hey, why change them if you don't need to yet, right? Now, I'll be honest, I have not been a huge fan of dreadnoughts in a long time, but I figured, you know what, I can't really afford to go out and get a Martin again, as much as I'd love to have one. And, you know, I kind of thought about the electronics part. I could just go buy a Fishman EOD, but then, oh darn, yeah, that cable that hangs out. Then I'd have to drill a hole and mount it permanent, and it's just not gonna be completely right, if you know what I mean, right? So, figure, well, we'll see how it goes acoustically, and if I need a pickup, I'll have a professionally installed one under the saddle type, because those I've never done by myself before. They're a little tricky, because you're going to have to do some shaving of the saddle. So I think I'd rather have a pro do that, because I want the action to be precisely where it is now. So, that's up to a pro shop. Anyway, stays in tune great, no hassles. I did not buy a case for it, but I do have a hard shell, because if you guys remember this guitar at all, this is my pawn shop guitar. It's like 3 sizes too small for that big case. This thing fits nice and snug. So yeah, I can throw that into anything, but this is a perfect fit for that hard shell case. So I already got a case, so that saved me money. Now, I don't know what you know about Yamaha guitars, but Yamaha in itself has been around forever. They don't make a ton of guitars, you know, because they're not a guitar specialty company like, you know, more along the lines of Fender. One of their main specialties are guitars, okay? They also do amps, okay, kind of like Gibson, right? Gibson is mostly just guitars. They do a couple other things, right? But they also own subsidiary companies, every one of them, right? You know, Taylor, they do guitars, right? Now, I've had Yamaha guitars. I got my first one when I was a kid, actually. My parents bought me my first real left-handed guitar, factory-made left-handed, was a Yamaha, I think it was a 410 or a 420 SLA. Really beautiful guitar. And at the time, it was only, I think, about $350 or $450 at the time. That guitar lasted me a long time, and I never did kill the frets. So I really do appreciate the fret longevity on Yamahas, but also their build quality is really, really good. So you can't really knock a Yamaha too easily, right? Anyhow. In case you're wondering, I'm also using a .53 millimeter pick. It's one of these green cat's picks. They're kind of nice, actually. I like them. As far as finger picking goes, it does a great job. So, as far as my score rating goes for this guitar, price-wise, I think $550, that's not fair. It should be $400 just like the righties. Yamaha needs to smarten up there. Any of the other companies out there, Fender, Martin, Gibson, Epiphone, they don't charge extra. Left or right-handed, doesn't matter. And they make the majority of their models left and right-handed, except for Fender. But Martin, everything left or right-handed. Gibson, same deal, okay? Taylor, I believe they do the same thing as well, except for a few custom, they call them builder series. A couple of those they don't do both ways, but I would imagine you could still custom order either way. But, you know, I really like the guitar. I love the sound of it. I love the fact I don't have to worry about a pickup right now, which is nice. Saves me a bit of money. So once this is paid off, then, you know, if I hadn't replaced it by then with one-wheel electronics, and I'll just get a pickup put in. So I'm at a nice little solid 4.5 out of 5 either way, but I would recommend if you could find a lightly used one for around 400 bucks, definitely do it. You might be able to convince a music store, possibly even along McQuaid. How about 500? Because they're not going to drop anything lower than that. I mean, not on a brand new guitar. But also check out with their used stock to see what they have. You know, especially for the lefty side, for the Yamaha, for this model, right? See what they got in their used side that might be affordable. I checked out a few of their used ones as well from the other stores, and they're like $474 and whatnot. This one was not bought from Long McQuaid, so their trade-in for value is much lesser when it's not their own product. Okay, so the guy didn't buy it from them, for example. He bought it from another company, so things work differently that way. This is why he got a little bit of a loss, and I gained, right? So, just as a bit of the backstory. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought about the guitar, and we'll be sure to catch you on the next one. See ya.